Childish Gambino isn't just one of my favorite artists. He's one of my favorite human beings. And it's funny because a lot of people have actually compared me to him because back in college, I used to have like a little nappy afro and I kind of walked around with a face like I just didn't care. It also didn't help that I had the type of voice that makes certain black people upset that I'm even talking about rap music to begin with, but that's a conversation for another day. Speaking of college, once upon a time, my roommate and best friend Jordan, we had this great admiration for this rapper known as Riff Raff. He's not super famous. He's definitely not like the most talented rapper, but his character, like his persona and his songs, they were just funny and fun. And that's kind of like my whole brand. Like I just like things that are funny and fun. Oh, and he could freestyle, by the way.
Handshakes, hugs. You want me outside? You want to see me with pancakes and drawers? Take your fat ass to sleep. I'm jumping out the Candy Coated Grim Reaper Jeep. I put you to sleep. I put you 6 feet deep when it's in the ground. I blaze pine. I let my top down. I could have played for Washington Redskins, 6 points for a touchdown.
Yeah, so this titan of the rap game is coming to perform near the college that I attend. So Jordan and I, we are hyped. We pull up, super long line outside the spot. It's like 8:30, 9-ish, and there are some fine-looking women waiting outside, and they're very loud, very drunk. It's a little dark out. All of this stuff matters, okay? One of them suddenly turns to me, looks at me, like tilts her head like a golden retriever that like just heard somebody say park, and she's like, Are you Childish Gambino? I'm like, what? Nah. At this point, I'm already in character. And I do the thing that he does in Atlanta where he puts his like finger to his lips and I just hit her with the shh. And she starts losing it. She's like, I knew it. And Jordan is a trooper. Like he immediately locks in. He's like, yo, chill. Don't make a scene. And I'm like, yeah, I like Riff Raff because he raps, but he doesn't take it like too seriously. And I'm just trying to like be low key. I'm trying to pop in, see a show, get out, But we can take a picture. So I take a picture with this girl who it turns out within a year we're actually in the same class together. It's like an upper level news class because we're both in the School of Journalism. And it's just so funny because like on the first week of class, like we make eye contact with each other and we both like give each other like this knowing look. But like she doesn't talk to me for like a considerable amount of time, even though we're all supposed to be working very closely together. But I just think it's funny because I want to believe that at one point there was a picture of her and I on her Instagram together and I wasn't tagged, but Childish Gambino was. Anyways, Childish Gambino dissed Drake. Derapy. So in 2014, Childish Gambino did this show in Sydney, Australia, where he straight up said he was a better rapper than like everybody alive, but he specifically name dropped Drake, Kendrick, and Schoolboy Q. Luckily for me, as a fan of both of these people, Kendrick did not decide to start a beef with Childish Gambino. That would have been unfortunate for everybody involved. In the same year, Childish Gambino would go on to Breakfast Club and he would talk to Charlamagne the God, and he would basically double down and be like, yeah, no, I still mean it. I name those guys specifically because, I like them, I respect them, and I listen to them a lot. But I just think I'm better than them, which I think is like the attitude that most people should take if they're trying to be a successful rapper. Like you have to go into it like, I really think I'm that guy. As far as I could find, it didn't look like Drake ever responded to this stuff. But from what I could find, it looked like after Childish Gambino released his album Awaken My Love at the end of 2016, which I love, by the way. If you have not listened to Awaken My Love, here's some free promo for Awaken My Love. Go listen to Awaken My Love. Great songs on it. Terrified. Baby Boy. One of my favorite songs ever, potentially. I'm going to go listen to it after I finish this. Zombies, Boogeyman, Redbone, of course. Like, just great album. It seemed to me like Drake was showing him love because around that time, Drake would post a picture of Childish Gambino, like, on his own Instagram. Of course, he deleted it now because, Drake. Now, in January of 2018, I just learned this, like, in the past week or two. In January of 2018, Donald Glover had a son who he named Drake. What? Which could only mean one thing.
Donald Glover's the biggest Drake fan alive.
He's successfully son Drake. Drake is literally his son.
Or maybe that.
I'm sure it was just a coincidence. I think that it's possible that maybe he always liked the name, or maybe he actually liked Drake as an artist so much that he named his son after him. Either way, it's just funny, and I just feel like it would be wrong of me not to mention it. Donald Glover is such a talented human being. I almost completely forgot that he made an entire television show that I've definitely watched all of. And one of the episodes is actually titled Champagne Poppy, which is Drake's Instagram handle. And in that episode, Donald Glover's character, Earn, his ex-girlfriend, Vanessa, is going to this Drake party trying to find Drake so she can take a picture of him because, like, her Instagram sucks or whatever. It's just pictures of Donald Glover and their fictional child in the show together. So the entire episode, she's like going through this Drake party trying to find Drake. She never finds him. The only person that's there that is even close to Drake is his grandfather, who's Mexican for some reason, which I think is just like a fun, like subtle jab, like a little bit of a reminder that Drake is not actually like really American, but whatever. It didn't really mean that much because Drake would actually post a screenshot from that episode and he was just laughing about it. So I think he enjoyed it. I don't think there's any harm there. Now in 2018, This Is America came out, which you guys have probably heard before. You know, This Is America.
This is America.
Don't get you slipping up.
Don't get you slipping up.
Yeah. So he dropped that, and the song and video would go on to be like the most popular music video he's ever made. It has almost 1 billion views on his YouTube right now. But Donald Glover actually said that the song was initially a Drake diss, and that's pretty funny because the title's called This Is America, and obviously Drake is not from the United States of America, so maybe it was going to be a play on that. But then he was like, oh, this song goes way too hard just to be like a Drake diss. Let me actually make it mean something. So he did. And the song and video would go on to have literally nothing to do with Drake. This did not stop Drake from being upset about it because the song was so like well received. And he would go on to have this like flashing headline go across the stage when he was performing the song Headlines at his shows. And it would basically say the song is overrated and over-awarded and Drake doesn't like it and yeah. And ever since then, things have been kind of chill. I haven't seen anything of them talking about each other. Until now. In Childish Gambino's most recent album, a song called Yoshinoya dropped. And I'm going to lie. I don't think it has anything to do with Drake at all.
That's my brother, don't you know it? I stuck around like Yoshinoya, Stone Mountain Reed and the Sequoia. This my life, I must enjoy it. This my life, they bustin' for it. We don't hold back, we must move forward. Stay where you at, you're supposed to, boy. Niggas is fake, I won't ignore it.
First of all, based on the build-up, when the beat starts, you know the drop is gonna go stupid. Niggas is fake, I won't ignore it is a clear indicator that this is directed at somebody that we believe to be fake.
Fraudulent.
Putting on a show.
A clown.
Not legitimate.
Fake.
Stay where you're at supposed to, boy, isn't the only time the word boy is used to reference Drake. I don't think referring to people as boy is super common, especially from one black person to another, but it is what Drake calls himself. I stuck around like Yoshinoya is cool because this is a restaurant that has been around since 1899, withstood the test of time, kind of like Childish Gambino / Donald Glover in his career. And I'll restart the drop because I feel like I robbed you of how hard it goes.
Stay where you at, you're supposed to, boy. Niggas is fake, I won't ignore it. I put your boy in the seat, you got your biz in the streets. I wash my hands when I eat, I never handle the key. I don't know no one BD, but they dependent on me. Niggas don't know where I'm at. I find your house on the app, people around you ain't flat. They plotting hard when you flat, they got a gun in your back. This who you trust when you're sleeping at night. I'm in the mirror, I see what I like. It is what it is, I'm right when I'm right. Fuck with my kids, you fuck with your life. You fucking these hoes, I'm fucking my wife. AK not silent like knife. Think he won't do it, I might. I gotta do what I like.
As someone who grew up listening to Gambino, I feel very seen. Like, man, he used to have consensual sex with women who he was not committed to. Now he's braggadocious about intercourse with his wife and not random slags.
Slags?
He really like me for real. I shared this sentiment. Also, when he says AK not silent like knife, I think he's referring to obviously how, you know, guns are notoriously loud. But also DJ Academics, who used to be a loud supporter of Drake, is noticeably more quiet. I'm in the Mirror, I See What I Like could be referencing both Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror and Kendrick's song Mirror that closed out his latest album, and the fact that Donald is proud of who he is while Drake is more insecure. I'm starting to think that this is a Drake diss. I'm not going to lie. They Got a Gun in Your Back refers to Drake having untrustworthy people around him. Now, my favorite part of this song, which I feel like people don't talk about a lot, is when I heard, I find your house on an app. Bro, I laugh out loud almost every time I hear that. Like, man, it is way too easy to see where Drake lives. Like, Kendrick Lamar's cover art for Not Like Us literally had this man's house as the cover art, which, you know, I just keep finding out that things are legal that I just didn't know were. You're telling me if I piss off the wrong rapper, they can just use my actual personal residence as a cover art for their diss track? That's insane. I feel like that's not a very nice thing to do. I don't know, just my opinion. I also noticed that at the beginning of this verse, he refers to him as boy again. I put your boy in the seat. You got your biz in the streets, which is true because Kendrick did not have to do that much digging to diss Drake. A lot of the stuff that he said was already publicly available information. I also like how Childish Gambino just casually disses him for being a baby daddy and him making songs about it like it's something to be proud of. Look, I understand that there are certain situations out of people's control. Not every relationship is going to work out. But I do think it's a flex to be in a diss track battle with somebody who has a child with somebody that they hate. Meanwhile, Childish Gambino has 3 children with somebody that he clearly enjoys. I love how casually he delivers these like completely inarguable disses. These are the type of disses that I like, by the way. They aren't like trying to ruin Drake's life. They're kind of just like, it's kind of weird that you're having sex with all these random women and I'm just having sex with my wife. Oh, you're a baby daddy? That's unfortunate. Oh, wow, we can find your house on an app? Ugh, all your business is out in the streets? Wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though. Like, he's just casually explaining why his life is better than Drake's. I think it's cool. I like it. I'm a fan. So we're going to skip the hook and go to the next part.
This is a code red for old heads who never liked my short shorts and pro kids. Been a minute since he had to fit it on a notepad. I was busy building up the life that niggas don't have. Told me that the money make you lonely, it ain't so bad. Niggas jokes are so dad, but haven't seen their son in a month.
This obviously implies that as a result of co-parenting, Drake doesn't get to see his son for months or maybe even weeks at a time, which I can't imagine. Also, busy building up the life that you don't have is another reference to Donald talking about things that he has that Drake doesn't, like a wife, like children that he has a good relationship with and also aren't all over the internet.
Sold some Apple stock to buy a farm, I needed to stunt. I told him take the back end points, he wanted the front. Now his career's in a blunt. These rappers cosplay the industry Comic-Con, the industry evil people. Me and fam got a trauma bond. Drive like the Autobahn. Integrity whore, say what I mean, apologize if I didn't, or clarify if it's written in stone. Freak it and leave it alone, give it time. Let the truth come to light, let them catch up. Niggas peeping like damn, he was right.
Now his career's in a blunt is hilarious because obviously he's talking about Drake getting smoked and his career forever being tarnished. These rappers cosplay and the industry as Comic-Con is clearly talking about rappers pretending to be things they are not, things that Drake has already been criticized for. And it does seem like the music industry absolutely prefers people that are pretending to be like thug and gangster and killers and dope dealers and all of this nonsense as opposed to people that are just being themselves. And I think there has to be like a healthy balance of that. And I think that's one of the reasons why people like Kendrick Lamar and Donald Glover are so successful, because Donald Glover grew up in some struggle, but obviously not the danger that some rappers grew up in. So he just talks about his experiences and nothing more and nothing less. Kendrick kind of has like the perfect combination of growing up in clear struggle, like witnessing people die around him, but also at his core is like a little bit of like a nerdy off dude that clearly cares a lot about like spirituality and history and art and movie references. And he like seamlessly blends this into his music, which I think is why so many people can appreciate the effort put into it. Somebody like Drake obviously has the skill and talent of being an actor, but Lil Wayne once upon a time told him to just keep it Canadian. He clearly did not do that and chose to chase people from Atlanta and try and emulate their lifestyle into his music. And once again, I do feel like it's important to acknowledge that Childish Gambino is also somebody that got their start around Atlanta, but never pretended to be like a hardcore Atlanta rapper. He's not rapping about dope dealing and murdering people. He's just rapping about actually being an actor, the things he actually dealt with. I think later on in the song, he's talking about getting a peach milkshake and an 8-piece from Chick-fil-A. The guy is 40, but he is who he is, though. I also think this bit where he says, integrity whore, say what I mean, apologize if I didn't, I think that's actually referring to J. Cole. And once again, we are getting another diss track that has to reference J. Cole, even though he cannot be more clear about the fact that he wants no smoke with anyone. Nobody cares.
Rather have my foot on their neck than they hand on the mic. Rather die as a good man with a bad wife. These niggas almost 50 and they dressing like a hype beast. Used to get the peach milkshake and add the 8-piece. White boy throwing dirt on my name for the think piece. Checks off, death, murder, and pain leave you empty. I curse you with that knowledge. Put their hands on a woman for the clout, but said I'm wildin'.
Rather have my foot on their neck than they hand on a mic feels to me like Donald is saying Drake deserved to be kicked while he was down. I think he honestly took joy, as did many others, knowing that Drake had lost after the Heart Part 6 and Not Like Us, but continuing to see Kendrick keep his foot on Drake's neck even after Drake had clearly given up. I think he just enjoyed that. The Pop-Out show and the Not Like Us video seemed like mad excessive at the time, but Donald is also a proud participant in the Hater Olympics and enjoyed it, clearly. Rather die a good man with a bad wife is just simply a bar. I think what he's talking about, dressing like a hype beast, he's got to be talking about how Drake has been dressing since him and Yachty became tight. What did Kendrick say?
Miss Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you're hanging with.
I also think Gambino is referring to Drake as white boy, which refers to Rick Ross's diss of Drake, where he calls him white boy at least 69 times.
Okay.
I said, at least 69 times.
Island death before the sauna on my mom like Kiki Palmer. I'm allergic to the drama. You saw me and Tyler. I'm allergic to this rap shit. Made a song but spent more time writing the caption. I'm an actor, you can put that on set. I'm about that action. My tweets all lowercase. I saw these niggas capping. My homegirl said you a stalker, so we ain't dapping. I ain't see you, man. What happened? Man, the blog era overtaking all our stars. My favorite spot was about to close, so I made some calls. Bitch, nigga, eat a dick and doggy bag the balls.
So death before dishonor is something XXXTentacion used to live by, and many believe Drake was involved with his untimely death. I was actually listening to X when I found out he died. That honestly kind of ruined my day. Drake would go on to reference X in multiple songs after his passing in a not super kind way, considering the kid died and people said that you were responsible for it, but whatever. I'm allergic to the drama. You Saw Me and Tyler is a nice inclusion. Tyler said he used to not like Donald, especially when he dropped Earn, a track from Because the Internet, which is also one of my favorite songs. Fun fact, I sang Earn at an open mic night once.
You don't have to do it. Please don't do it.
Nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Thank God.
But Tyler and Gambino squashed it and performed Running Out of Time together. Another great song by Tyler. Last reference I want to mention is My Homegirl Said You a Stalker, So We Ain't Dappin'. Apparently Drake's song Jaded and potentially a few other songs on his album Scorpion were about Georgia Smith, Georgia Smith, who worked with Donald on the newest album that he just dropped. Drake was seen out on dates and kissing this girl when she was 19. What the fuck? And he was 30. Again, just every day, more diss tracks drop that are teaching me things about Drake that I just don't want to know. Yeah, but I mean, also to be fair, Jay-Z was also chatting up Beyonce when he was 30 and she was 19, but that's definitely a podcast for another day. What can I say? Another inclusion into the never-ending, growing catalog of Drake disses. This one, honestly, a step above many of the others. The Weeknd dissing Drake in falsetto did not go nearly as hard as this song. I think Rick Ross's diss, as well as Kanye's Can We Even Call It a Diss, that diss, I think all of those fall beneath this one. I found this one to be pretty effective. I'd love to see Drake try and respond, because what the hell could Drake say about Donald Glover? I'd love to know. I'm just curious. But yeah, I just wanted to pop out this episode. I know a couple of people have been asking me to talk about the song, and now that I've broken it down, it is very clearly a Drake diss. Like, there's a lot of substance here. And if you have enjoyed this, if you're on YouTube, give it a like. But more importantly, comment. My favorite part about the past couple weeks is this little community of awesome people that we're building and having conversations with you guys, getting your takes on things in the comments of these YouTube videos has been, like, honestly one of my favorite parts about this entire experience. So please comment. I read all of them. Love you. Mean it. enjoy the outro.
Like
It's me again.
Higher. First need to be hired. Check my skills and accolades. Don't you think I deserve pay? I've been going super sane. All I'm missing yellow hair. Idolized breezy as a child, then I grown up. Still waiting to glow up, but at least I show up. Make a buck by showing off. Haters, man, I blow them off. Shrug my shoulders, moving boulders mentally like Mewtwo. They like who knew he be cutting up like 2-year-olds. And time out when you tell them that it's time not to just chill out and just lie down. But they stressing you while blessing you, cause children are a gift. But I can wait for that, can't pay for that. I'm taking one day at a time, perfect the craft and keep it tight. Cannot waste a second. If you wanna be the best, and I'll be snapping like Cortez or something. Going Kanye West or something. Reputation to protect. If you looking at it crazy, then I'm going for your neck. I'm a lion on the prowl. I be fibbing and a threat. My bro saying they forget, and they're just reminding me. You better keep an eye on me. I swear y'all so behind on me. 2046 flow. You know how this shit go. Waiting on the money like I'm beating up on Marty Bird. Why y'all think it's funny?